for reading this particular passage was it was inspired by a friend of mine who is here in this room, with whom I had one of those wonderfully silly conversations you have with old friends about how to compare men to ice cream flavors. And so, in honor of that, I wanted to read this particular discussion/passage from the book. So Eloise, my modern heroine, is calling her best friend Pammy because she's in a panic about this idea that Colin might possibly be a spy. But of course, Pammy, being her best friend, immediately hijacks the conversation. Pammy doesn't believe in outmoded social mundanities like hello. Instead, she started right in with, "You're at Selwood Hall, aren't you?" "Pammy, hi, how are you?" I have the social mundanities on autopilot. They come out, whether I mean them to or not. "It's me, Eloise." Pammy made a noise that would have sounded suspiciously like duh if duh hadn't gone out several years ago. Pammy is nothing if not au courant. Who else would be calling from your mobile? Good point, I admitted. So, piped Pammy, how is it? Which flavor is he? As I so often do with Pammy, I removed the phone from my ear, looked at and put it back. It never helps. Huh? I said. Which flavor ice cream is he? It's the latest thing. You compare every man you know to his corresponding ice cream flavor. Vanilla is your standard city bloke, personable but bland. Vanilla bean has a bit more potential, but still no chocolate chip. You get the idea. I decided to try this out. What's Moose Tracks? Pammy answered without missing a beat. Vaguely outdoorsy, from the Midwest in the States, or the Midlands here, on the shaggy side. Strawberry, I asked. Super waspy, always wears pink Brooks Brothers shirts, on the borderline of gay. Sorbet? Definitely gay. So what's Colin? Mint chip, I said, without even having to think about it. Cool on the outside, but with lots of dark depths within. Listen, Pams, do you ever remember Serena saying anything about what Colin does for a living? Something in the cities, Pammy said promptly. In the background, I could hear the whir of an espresso machine. It takes a lot of coffee to maintain that level of constant exuberance. That's what he used to do. Any idea what he does now? There was a long, happy exhalation of steam in the background as the espresso maker did its thing. Shouldn't you be asking him? It seems kind of tacky, I hedged, and I feel like I should know already. At least that much was true. I could hear Pammy thinking and texting on one of her 3 other phones, but I chose to ignore that bit. Pammy texts even in her sleep. Her phones are so much a part of her fingers that they have no impact on her other activities or her brain. I have this friend. Uh-oh, Pammy always had these friends. Which one was this going to be? The astrologist? The feng shui expert? The color me beautiful woman? Who has an agency called Man Trackers? Man Trackers, I repeated flatly. I had an image of Xena Warrior Princess stalking her man through the streets of London's financial district. It was straight out Monty Python. Did they bring back scalps or just suit jackets? They run checks on new boyfriends, you know, like due diligence. Making sure that they are what they said and all that. Due diligence? Well, just think about it, Ellie. Pammy said, as though we're all perfectly reasonable and I just a little bit slow. You wouldn't buy a flat or a business without first having it professionally checked out, so why expend less care on picking a man? It never hurts to do your homework. That's not homework, that's stalking. Don't be silly, sweetie. Stalking is when you do it yourself.